Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. This is good morning, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Alan Bostic, the Poker Shaman, streaming to you from the cash game tables of Ignition, where I am playing two tables of $25 no limit hold'em. That's $25 maximum buy-in, 10-cent, 25-cent blinds, and I am doing a play and explain session where I am trying to go into detail in my thought process, what I see, what I notice, to elucidate my thought process, to learn myself where I run into trouble and spot my areas for growth. And while I'm doing that, maybe you can spot a few also, or learn something, or just have fun watching me play cash games. So welcome to my stream, and let's see what's happening. I haven't taken my big blind yet at either table, but here we are on table 2. Jack 9 offsuit in the big blind is going to be defendable depending on who opens for how much. It's a 3x open from the hijack, button flats. I don't like it so much. I don't like it multi-way. I am just going to fold. 3x is a little big, and multi-way out of worse position is not so fun. And the hand plays out. Button player called down. Oh, there's a check raise. That's interesting. Don't see many river check raises from the player with initiative. Deuce 5 offsuit in the small blind is going nowhere. This player has opened 2 hands out of 3 we've witnessed. This player has opened 1 out of 4. We have pocket 5s on the button. And on table 1, we are on the big blind with 8-3 suited in hearts. We are on table 2. We are waiting for this player to act. I'm going to fold 8-3 offsuit, 8-3 suited this deep. And we are going to open this. (2.6x). We're folding king 9 offsuit in the small blind to a 3x open. Players taking uncharacteristically long to make decisions. Small blind folds. Big blind calls. Board is high and connected. We are going to be betting this board relatively large, relatively infrequently. We have equity we want to protect, but not this time. We are checking behind. And that 8 puts a one-liner to a straight out there. We are folding to the villain's lead. Here we have ace-queen suited on the button. First person open. We are going to go (3x). Fine hand to 3-bet with for value. Reload here. The 3-bet gets through. Queen 5 offsuit's going to be a fold. 5 deuce off is going to be a fold. Ace tray offsuit in the big blind, folded to the button. King 10 suited is going to be an open. And we give this person yellow. This person is tentatively yellow. 3 out of 8 hands opened for a raise. We get a walk over here. 9-3 offsuit's not playing. Okay, that is a bit more than 3 times, and there is a caller here. We are getting kind of a good price, but we're in domination trouble. It's borderline. I think it's a fold. This person gets super loose marks for flatting a 3-bet. King 5 offsuit's going to be a fold. King 7 offsuit is it's going to get a walk, so I don't have to decide whether or not to defend it. 4-5 suited in the small blind. We're not going to call a raise with it. Over here, this player has played 1 hand in 10 for a raise. They might be nitty, but they might just be not getting good hands. 50-50 after 6 hands. We'll credit them with yellow for reasonable. 25-17, those are reasonable stats, even though the sample size is small. This player is still no evidence. This person is shaping up on the tight side. 10-8 offsuit in the big blind is very likely not defendable. I don't like it even from a buttons wide range. Seven tray offsuit's a fold. You're looking at what 8-7 offsuit on the button. 20-13 and 38-38. Well, fortunately, there's an open ahead of us. We don't have to worry about it. This person is shaping up fairly tightly. That goes back to yellow. Deuce 4 offsuit's going to be a fold. Queen 7 suited on the button. This player has been fold 7-6 offsuit. This is going to be a open. Queen 4 offsuit's not going to be a defend. This player has 3-bet us once. This player 3-bets. We are not playing Queen 7 suited. This is going to be a fold. Over here, we want to Attack the blind. We get through. Fold 8-4 offsuit. That's my impression so far, that I'm getting 3-bet a lot. So I don't want to raise very often, only for value. Here we're doing it for value. And we're hoping one of these frequent free betters 3-bets us frequently. And we're making it, we're just shoving. And we have their hand badly dominated. And we win the medium pot. And this table, with the absence of that player, becomes not a good table at all, and I'm seriously considering closing it and starting a new one. Folding ace-4 off. Ace-king is going to be a 3-bet over here to a small blinds wide range attack. Folding jack-9. And here we flop tight pair on a two-tone connected board. We have the ace of hearts. This is one of the hands we do want to bet on this range, and we want to bet large, 2/3. So that is 2. That's close to 2/3. Jack-10 has gotten there. We're folding king-deuce. I think we want to bet. We block the heart draws. Let's bet 6, close to 2/3. Folding queen-jack. And the river is a brick. And we're shoving. And our top 2 is good. We double up. What did they have? They had ace-queen. They call that an asshole card. Full value for the money. This is the same player as before. 36-27. I want to sit out next big blind and find another table here. We're folding 6-4 offsuit. Bad tables tend to get better, especially with an empty seat. But one of my concerns is the very high 3-bet rate, which is not usual for ignition. They're just going to be better tables to play. Folding 9-3 off. Close the table. Nine, not good enough. Yeah, I'm in it. I probably should be defending my blind more, but I'm in it. This table is full with an empty. The person who went bust. This is clearly a different table. Folding queen 7 off. And we're back in the races. King 4 suited on the button. Tightish players. This is going to be an open. That is a hard flop to hit. Tens are in the play. It's going to play a third pot. Betting a lot of our range here, so let's bet this. We have equity we want to protect. Jack deuce is not defendable, but let's pay attention to this here. The small bet gets through. Queen 8 offsuit's a fold. King 10 offsuit in the small blind. We'll see what happens. King 7 offsuit in the big blind. Ace 7 in the small blind. Pocket deuces on the button. Open gets through. King queen offsuit in the cutoff. That's an obvious open. Folding ace 7 to the button open here. Offsuit, it's close. Yeah, let's call. Don't like it. We have missed, no heart. Guy bet's too big. Opening queen 10. Folding 6 deuce. New player here apparently. The open gets through. 10-9 offsuit in the cutoff. That's not good enough. It's on the cusp, but it's on the wrong side of the cusp. And besides, this open ahead of us, 22-17 looks standardly reg-ish. 9-6 off is a fold. Ace 7 offsuit in the big blind. We'll see who does what for how much. This is 75-cent open in the cutoff. I don't think it's good enough. Jack 8 suited in the small blind. Folding 8-3 off, we are going to attack with this and call a raise. Queen 9 offsuit is openable. This player, however, has been active with 3-betting. I'll take that in mind and attack. Gets through. This is the loose-ish looking player. Ace King 9. We don't need to protect our equity so much because there aren't any high cards that we're afraid of at this point, so we're checking behind. Let's realize our equity in the hand. Check back. And can we bet for value? I don't think so. We can bluff catch. Let's check. Good check. Take a note here. That was big blind, pocket tens, flat, 2.6x, PTN open, folding Jack 5. We're not defending 5 deuce. King Jack offsuit in the small blind. We're not calling a raise with it. This player is looking standardly tight aggressive. One raise is enough. We'll see how they evolve. 33, 33, 29. That's tentatively yellow. We're folding 7 deuce off to a small blind open. Five, 4 suited is going nowhere. 8, 7 offsuit on the button versus tight players. That's going to be an open. We are not going to call a 3-bet with it. Ace Queen offsuit in the cutoff. 10-3 off is a fold. Okay, that's an 3x 3-bet. Folding 10-6 off and paying attention to what's going on here. Queen deuce off, fold. That's good for our range, and we have the ace of diamonds. Get a third pot. Continuing. Checking here. Our c-bet continued. We have bottom pair here against an unknown. A card flop to hit. What do we want to do here? I am going to call because that doesn't make sense. That bet's too big. We are folding. Ten jack offsuit is not good enough to open into low jack. Seven deuce is not playable in the button. Nine, eight suited. Diamonds in the big blind. That's very much defendable. If we're a hand like 8-7 or 7-6, I might consider 3-betting with it. 3-betting it open with it, but as it is, I just want to play it. And we flop top pair, backdoor diamonds. And bet 2/3 pot. They call, and our diamond draw is materializing, folding at open king. And let's bet 2.2, 2/3 pot. They call. That is one liner to a 6. We are checking behind. A9 clubs. Folding 10-6. I will want to be AC. C. 9S. 5D, 4S. C. 3D, K, C. Very passively played ace-9 suited flopping top pair. Folding queen-5 off to an open and a flat. If the diamond had hit, would we have gotten paid off? Is what I wonder. All right, this is going to be an open. Gets through. 9-3 offsuit's not going anywhere. 5-7 suited. Cut off, it's a little weak, and we are not calling it open with it. Ace queen suited. 180. 3-bet. Folding 10 deuce off suit. Jack 4 off is a fold. Our 3-bet percent is 4 out of 22, 18%. 18.18, 18.18%, which is really high, but that's because of the cards we've been getting. Our 3-bet percentage here, it is 0 out of 6, which, given how active we've been here, is low. $83.33, that's going to be kind of purple, possibly orange. Can leave it purple for now. Short stacked. 6-5 offsuit. Not calling a raise. I would love to see a showdown here, but no. We'll get to find out tomorrow. King 3 suited is not good enough from the hijack. Button, cutoff, hijack, low jack. Also under the gun in mid position if you look at the position side from Poker Tracker, but I always count backwards from the button, and button cutoff, hijack, low jack. Queen 8 offsuit in the small blind is marginal. It's probably not good enough to attack with, although this player is pretty tight. I'm going to give them cyan. This player is pretty active. Boom. Oh, this is a new player. playing pocket deuces to an open. Five, four offsuit's not playable. The worst part of the hand matrix. 6-4 suited is not playable in this position. Queen 9 offsuit is a fold. This player limps. This player we have a gut shot, 3 clean outs to a wheel, and that's it. We have a pair of queens on a spade board. Can't call their bet. We may be able to call their. Oh, they're kind of bluffy, so. Their range included ace X, and their range was really wide. Pocket jacks in the small blind versus ace 4x. 3-bet. We are folding here. Ace tray in the small blind versus a limp. But this is a 3-bet. We are 3-betting often at this table, but that's because we've been getting good cards at this table. They call. Now, we have the jack of clubs. This hand hits our range well. Range bet a third pot, I think, even though we're not incentivized to bet otherwise. They've got a lot of aces in their range, unfortunately. They flat. Check call, check fold, bet fold. Bet folding would be bad. Bet calling would not be good. I think we have to check here. How big do they bet? Third pot, we can call that. That blocks their aces. We block clubs. That weights their 9-6 off is going to be a fold. They have a tough decision, which I think means they're deciding between deciding to bet for thin value or not. That's my guess. We have a bluff catcher. We can't call a thin value bet. Was that board? ASQ, ASQH. ACKH. 9C. Queen 10 is not good enough to open here. Checking here, 5-8 suited, we flop. Betting the minimum. Now that was brain dead. This is checking and letting them bluff at me. We have the ace of spades, we can jam. What did he have? Limped ace cube off. King 9 in the small blind, I am attacking with that. Jack 4 deuce. That's third pot. Gets through. This is AQO. Check against these limpers. That's a complete miss. Tentatively yellow, but there's the queen, there's the flush. KT3RC. Opening standard. This player is unknown. We are not calling that shove. All right, this is going to be an ISO. It's just that one player. I think we have a value bet here for 1/3 pot. Folding ace-8 in the small blind too. That's not good for us. Let us check back. Pot control. That's not bad for us. They are betting a bit more than half pot. They are kind of bluffy. long enough to get that note on this. Jack 10 offsuit. Checking queen 6 in the big blind. Checking. This continuing to check. Let them bet. We are going to call this min bet. We are checking. We are calling. They had king 7 off. Folding this. We are limping, completing our small blind with pocket deuces. We miss, and so we're done with the hand. Nine, 7. This player 3-bets a lot. This player doesn't. Folding the deuces. That raise gets through. Sizing up because of the looseness of the small blind. Folding here. Gets through. Queen 8 off is a fold. For the first time, this player has opened for the minimum. This is entertaining. 3-5 offsuit's not going to be defendable. We are checking, however. We have nothing. Now we have a pair, 2 pair to be precise. Our crappy hand was good. This person had ace-jack off for the first time they'd raised, and this person flatted with king 10 offsuit. I'm ISOing with ace 9. It's perhaps a little weak. Get 3-bet. This player is 3-betting frequently, 2 out of 11. King deuce offsuits to fold. King queen. This person doesn't fold the C bets. Let's check and see what they do. They have, that's stupid. Open to the size up because of the loose player in the big blind. Five. Our 4-bet does not get called. And 5 suited is checking. 8 deuce offsuit is folding. We flop a pair and a flush draw, a buttload of equity. Don't get called though. Eight, 5 suited is a fold. Shaping up tag. This person is shaping up tag. Folding jack 7, folding jack 6. Do I have any audience? If you're watching this, if you like what you say something in the chat. Say hi, I'm here. I'm explaining how I'm playing here. We are checking king 5 off. That is a complete miss. We are not going to bluff catch here. Eight, 7 off. Loose player in the big blind. I'm not going to attack with it. I'm not going to play it. Tough to realize equity out of position. Folding ace 5 off. This person is shaping up very passive. Deuce 7 offsuit on the button. Let us top up. Open limping. Flags as green. I don't care what the stats say. Ace Jack. Sizing up because of the very loose passive player in the big blind. It gets through. King 9 diamonds. ISOing the now we have the nut diamond draw. He's betting far too small. Let us accept the price he's giving us. $3.75. And we have a gut shot, backdoor clubs, the loose passive. Let us bet a third pot. It gets through. Sizing up because of the loose players in the blinds. A 9-8 suited is a perfectly fine low jack opening hand. It's only 9 high, but its playability is awesome. Get flatted by the button. Loose passive. Three-way action. We have a pair. We are checking back. Take a bunch of money from an idiot who bet donk led a small pair. This is a new player. We have top pair bad kicker, multi-way. We are checking. This is not a good card for us. Jack 8 gets there. Ace Jack, Jack 8, we're not calling. 10 deuce offsuit's a fold, so this is a new player. We lost the idiot. Give him the purple badge of VIP-ness. 7-5 off is a fold. Eight deuce is a fold. Not much to explain with our folds, or these hands are not in our range. That's not much to explain. So much for play and explain. Fold, 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 fold. Not good enough to open. And this player could show the new player fuck you 3-bet. It's my impression that happens a lot. I haven't looked into the data to see if it really happens a lot. Not calling that open from a tight player. This person is calling that open from a tight player, this loose passive idiot. And they're not aggressive on the early streets, and they wake up on the river. We are not betting this. We are checking behind. We are waiting for a little bit, and then we are checking behind. That's a good card for our range. And we're good. Exploitative play against players who miss. Queen 8 offsuit is not playing. King 9 suited in the small blind, we'll see. Depends on who does what. For example, if it's folded to the button and they limp, I am ISOing. And we flop middle pair backdoor diamonds on a very wet board. This is a check. ISOing to 1. You're not a good card for us. One-liner to a 10. No backdoor flush. Got third pot over here with our middle pair on a wet board. Ooh, we got trips now. I said wet board, I meant dry board. And it's still quite dry. We have trips. I'm going to bet, again, 1/3 pot. We can get King X, Queen X, King Queen. We can get like bet 3/4 pot. See what happens. And we are good. Two-thirds pot on this side. What did they have? Now we are done with this. They had a king. King deuce is what they had. I don't think I can call that. Betting half pot like a fool. This is going to be an ISO. We're happy to play a small pocket pair in position. Heads up, but it's not going to be heads up. Ace 8 suited in the big blind over here. We're not calling the... We are not getting the right price to call that 3-bet. Can't get $30 out of anybody. Got to walk over here with our ace-8. Tight player over here who doesn't seem to 3-bet. Unknown in the small blind. We flop top pair meh kicker, backdoor meh flush draw, two-tone fairly connected board. Protect equity or protect checkback range? I'm going to vote for protecting equity. We can always check back the turn. I'm going to check back and bluff catch. I don't like our kicker. Ace queen has gotten there. He overbets the pot. I need time here. I'm going to trust my judgment that this is a... I'm going to fold. Find out what he had tomorrow. My hand was vastly under-repped. I didn't like my kicker. I think chances are good they had a better king. More draws got there than missed. King 10, 8, King Jack. 9 Jack was there. Ace. Queen 9 was there. Ace Queen was there. Ace Queen wasn't terribly likely given the action, but this person is. And not a good flop for us. We check. I bet a third pot. Future action. If we call, we have to decide what to do on future streets. We're not trying to deuce, or rather we are. That's our only out to improve, and it's a mighty thin draw. Okay, this is... Started at 1:30. We've been going for an hour and a half. I think it's time to shut down. If you like what you see, remember to hit the follow button. Get notified when I am streaming. I'm coming back tomorrow at noon Pacific time. That's 1900 hours Universal time. Or folding Jack 9 offsuit to the limp from the, or that's a post from the unknown player. Tuesdays at 1 p.m. this coming Tuesday, I will be doing a study stream, which will very likely be doing analysis of hands from this session. And although the rest of the week I have usually scheduled things on Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, this coming week I am going to be out of town. I'm going to Reno, Nevada to play at the Peppermill, which is one of my favorite places to play even before COVID. And I've been there once last month, and I'm returning to my monthly trips to Reno to play at the Peppermill, and I did very well last month, and I hope to do well this month. So I hope you wish me luck. And ace-4 offsuit's going to be a fold. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Paying close attention to how I'm playing is always interesting because I learn stuff and pick out spots where I want to study. So stay tuned for my scheduled streams. Stay tuned for pop-ups like this one. And in the meantime, play well and run better. See you in the streams.